I'm a lip girly. And I've got a few of my favorites. Just a few. Okay, let's see if any of these make it one of your favorites. Make that cut of those top favorites. Let's talk about lip wear.
If you're here, then you woke up today. And that is a blessing. Don't take that for granted. Don't waste it.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Galloway, and I just love sharing makeup and skincare. Yeah, this is where you have arrived. Okay, lip wear is really my thing. It really is. Like, I love a great eyeshadow look. I can get real detailed with that sometimes, right? But I have to admit, the lips, ladies, agree with me here, right? Isn't it something we're constantly reaching for when we have it in our purses, right? It's like it wears off. We have to reapply. We don't have to do that pretty much with anything else on our face wear, right? So I thought, I'm sure you may have a plethora of different lip wears, and I'm thinking, let's see how many you find interesting from the ones that I'm gonna share. And maybe you've tried it, maybe you haven't, maybe you're intrigued. So let's get into this lip wear favorites conversation, right? All right, so the lip conversation can be so many things, right? It could be about lip contouring, right? Go from a thinner lip to maybe a little bit more of not drastically, but like a plump, right? Like a little bit fuller lip. Ladies, I suffer from very thin lips. Wasn't the case when I was in my 20s and 30s. But it's part of aging, one. And then of course I have this autoimmune that has just wrecked with my body, that my face has changed. So trying to find like lip liners, maybe techniques that you can do to just have the illusion, right, that your lips are a little fuller. That's kind of where it's all at. Okay, so before I get into the techniques, let me kind of share with you, I guess, the gloss, right? I love to have my lips moisturized for the most part, like throughout the day. One of the things, besides clearly like my face, right, that just dried out a little bit as I've aged, are my lips. And just having the right gloss, oil, like, I don't know about you, but I don't like the oils that are like too oily and sticky. Like, I don't like that feeling. I want them to feel moisturized, have a little bit of the gloss to it, but not feel that tacky kind of feeling you get, right? You know, I don't want that. So what I have here kind of fits and checks that box off, right? Let me start off with this particular oil that is, it has a strawberry scent to it, and a tiny little tint to it. Okay, so my lips are bare. I mean, I usually do like a balm. So this lip balm, and you can tell it's kind of my favorite, like it's down to 10, right, where you can see 10. It's what I would consider like one of my OGs. I've been using this one for like 5 years. I typically grab this one when I first am gonna sit to do like my prepping, because I don't like the feeling of my lips being dry, but I don't want a color or a tint or a gloss or an oil. I just want a balm, and this is so good. So this one's with Seint, and it's the balm. It's called a balm. That's it, right? It's unscented, so it's perfect for like that introduction of like to my lips for the day. Love this. Okay, so that's what I grabbed. But getting back to the oil, this oil, I'm gonna just swatch a lot of this on my wrist. It's an oil, right? You can see that it's got a tiny little tint to it. It does, again, smell like strawberries, and it's great to just add on top of whatever lip shade you're wearing, or wear it alone, right? Not globby, not sticky. And you can see that it doesn't have that sticky feeling. You know, you don't see that texture in the oil. So I like that particular oil. Let's move along to another lip oil that I've also reached. Now this one, this oil, lip oil, strawberry, is with Celesty. This one is back to Seint. Now this one comes in different scents and shades. Very, very gradual. It's not a heavy shade. So let me swatch this one kind of next to this one, and you can see that it's like more of a chocolatey, but very, you know, like a cocoa, but mild kind of cocoa. And actually the name of it is called Cocoa, and it smells like it. It's got that very hint of cocoa on this. And this is, again, a lip oil, and I will try to see if I can have like something here in the bottom that kind of explains what it has in, like, as far as the ingredients in all of these, for the most part, because I do pay attention to that as far as how it was created, right? Like, what are the benefits of using a specific oil or a specific balm? Like, I will try to have those in the bottom here of the screen. So this one is cocoa, and again, this comes in different scents. I'll put a picture here of all the different ones that you can choose from. Great oil. Again, it checks the boxes with not leaving it sticky and too slippery. Like, it's just perfect. It's just, so let's move on to what I kind of took in place of a chapstick, right? Like, clearly as I've gotten older, my lips have gotten drier, but even when I was a teenager and, you know, like, I would always grab those typical chapsticks that you can get, like, on the way out at the cash register, buy one, pop it in, and leave it in your bag, right? But this is what I have put in place. I like this so much. So this is called Glow Kiss. It's a tinted lip balm, and I love it for so many reasons. First of all, I don't know if you've ever tried, clearly, like, your typical chapstick, right? I don't know if you've noticed, and maybe it's just me. So if this is you, leave it in the comments. But have you ever worn that, put that on your lips, and then all of a sudden your lips, within, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, it's like, you have to reapply. It just feels like your lips got even drier. And so I don't know if that's gimmicky and that's for you to continue to buy more. Clearly, right? Maybe, I don't know. But I didn't like that. Now, granted, I will reapply my lip wear, but it shouldn't vanish within like 15-20 minutes. This is when this came in, and I thought, perfect. That's what it does. It's a chapstick combo with a little hint of a color. Now this one is, I'll put the name below. I think it's chocolate or chocolate. Again, telling you what it all has inside. But this is, it's got a little bit of SPF in it, so it protects you, right, for not getting them burned, your lips. We sometimes tend to neglect that, I think, right? We talk about all the sunscreens for the skin, but we sometimes forget the lips, and they do need that care. So Glow Kiss is, I think, so good. Let me show you and swatch this next to that other, wait, here we go. Okay, so this one was that strawberry. This one was the other Seint oil that I did, the cocoa. So let me go on this side. So you can see it's got clearly the most of a color impact, but not a lot. And it also comes in different shades, this particular Glow Kiss. I think it's perfect any time of year, whether you're using it in the winter, for dry lips in the summer, protecting from the sun. And it's doing, again, it's just checking all those boxes on a lip wear, moisturizer, balm, chapstick. I was gonna say chopsticks, chapstick, tints of glow, all of the things. So this one is one of my faves. Again, I don't know if you do use one. If you do, I love to hear which one you use, but that is one of my faves, and that is with Celesty. Okay, moving on to another, I don't know. This one falls more like, okay, so Vaseline, right? I think Vaseline when I think of this, but it's so much more upgraded, so much more upgraded. This one is with Seint, and it's called the Lip Whip. Just the name alone, I thought that was genius, because you think, okay, I gotta get that just because of the name. And what I like about this one, again, I'll put it to here below so that you can see what's inside of it. But just look at the tube, right? It's got a slant to it where it fits your lips perfectly. And the serum, I don't know if you're gonna see that coming out. Let me see if I can show you how that looks. Can you see that? Let me swatch it on this side. It's clear, it's clearly clear, okay? There's no color to it, but oh my goodness, it is like a coating. Again, it's so difficult to describe. I'm trying to be detailed. So I don't like the stickiness to that feeling. And it doesn't have that, but it's thick. It's got a thicker consistency to it. So it feels like it's almost like the moisturizer at the end of your skincare routine. It locks everything in. And you can use this alone or over also any of your favorite lip shades that you're wearing, right? But it just seems to seal in all the goodness onto your lips, and it's got like a covering. I guess that's the best way I can explain it. It almost has like a covering to your lips. This is so good. I would convince anybody to get this one. If you don't have a combination of like not wanting to use your Vaseline, because that leaves it real messy sometimes, although I'm not gonna knock Vaseline, it has its purpose, but so much more of an upgrade to just using a Vaseline in a tube. Wear it at night, wear it in the daytime. You can multi with this one. Now, sticking to healing and doing a combination of gloss, I will forever say that this is one that I reached for probably high in that first top 3, because it's a combination of a lot of things. So it's a lip gloss, but it has healing components in it, right? And it's called the Heal and Shine lip gloss. And oh my gosh, does it. Now this is what the magic about this. When you take this out of the tube, it is colorless. But when you put it on your lips, it does give it a very slight, kind of very soft, pinky color to your lips. So subtle. That's one. But the other is, you know, that minty kind of like feeling onto your lips, like from eucalyptus or what have not. That's what this has, right? Like it has like that minty, I don't know about you, but I like to be able to sometimes feel that something's happening. Not that I can see it, but that I can feel it as well. I'm all about the senses. And this, it knocks it out the park. Like lost this, my first one that I ever purchased when I was on vacation, and as soon as I got back home, I had to order another one because I was like, no, this is one I will forever have in my purse, without a doubt. So the Heal and Shine lip gloss is one to go. Okay, so I think I talked a lot about glosses and lip balms and lip oils. Let's get into more of the shades, right? The colors to what we like, which are maybe our favorites, ones where it seems to be drawn to. We're in the fall season, so I pulled out as much as I can more of those fall colors or neutral colors that maybe you can combine with another color and kind of maybe make your own concoction. So let me go ahead and show you a couple of lip balms. Now this is a balm, but it does have a punch of a color. And I've shared, if you don't follow me, ladies, over on Instagram, you need to follow me there, because I share a lot of other details and I may not share it here. But I love the brand of Naturium. They've got so many good products there. And I fell in love with two of their lip balms. You might have heard them, right? One is called Photo Glow, and I think this one's called Photo Glow too. I think they're both Photo Glow, but look at, there's two different colors. There's other shades that come in this, but I love this. I like also the applicator of how that fits perfectly like onto your lips. So I'm running out of room, but let me show you the power punch of shade that this comes in. Look at that. So it is a balm, but it has a power, impactful lip color to your lips, right? Love this one. I will insert also the bottom of the shade on this one and this one. They're the two I have. I think I have another one and I didn't pull it out because I think these are so great. These are so great. Again, it has the balm, but it has the color for whatever fun color you want to add to your lips, right? Have you ever thought of a crayon? Because this is a crayon that's a lip wear. And I have been reaching for this one when I want to put a color onto my shade, and then of course I will add that lip oil or a balm over it because I don't really care for like a matte look, but I like the simplicity of using a crayon lip wear. And this one is with Celesty, and it is, so you can sharpen this down once you are getting, you know, when you need to go ahead and get more out of it, because it's a crayon. But oh my gosh, so this color, I don't think it's on the crayon. I will add it also in the bottom. Let me take off. I always have like a little band for my hair, but let me go ahead and just show you the color to this crayon. Look at that. It is gorgeous, like perfect for this time of year. It is like a burgundy. It is beautiful. It glides on your lips so easily. It doesn't skip. It's like it's easy to even form your lips because it's pointy. You can get it like, use it like, start it off by using it as a liner and then just fill it in. I think these crayons are ideal. They're ideal. Even if you're not a matte person, because it is more matte, but choose your favorite shade and then just add a balm over it or a lip gloss or like a lip oil to it, and you've got a beautiful lip wear for that day. So I am liking these crayon lip wear. Okay, now I was never really into lip plumpers. I know there's so many on the market, and there's some that are very, very high in price tags. But if I'm gonna try something, I'm gonna make sure that it's at the lower ends of my cost because I don't want to spend $80, $100 on a particular lip wear that it says that it's gonna do something and then it doesn't. I'm disappointed and I'm out then $100, right? So I started out first with Elf has a lip plumper, and honest, I thought it worked well. It has the whole thing of just feeling like that little tingling on the lips. Like I said earlier, right? You feel like you know that something's happening because it's tingling. So it's like, just give it a little bit. You will have like plumper lips, right? I like it, I have to say. Now, the only thing I have to be honest about that I didn't care for was that it did sting for me personally a bit too much. Maybe it was because it was the very first time that I was ever trying a lip plumper and I wasn't aware of maybe the intensity I was gonna feel with that kind of sizzling on the lips. But I personally really didn't care for it. And I wore it a couple of times, but I didn't feel like the need of reaching for it to have to go through that sizzling feeling for a long time before it finally like simmered down. Until then I bought and I reached out for this plumper, and this one is with Celesty. Now, it's gonna have the same sensation. It's going to have the, the tickle, that little kind of like fizz that's going on the lips and what have not, but it doesn't last long. And it's, in my opinion, it was a lot milder than when I used the Elf. Now, the colors to me were very, very similar, okay? And I have to say, I really enjoyed using this plumper. Now, of course, my wrist is probably gonna start fizzing. But look at the color to that. And it also comes in different colors. This one is called, I believe, what is this one called? I'll put it in the bottom. But it's called Girl Boss. I believe it's called Girl Boss. I love the name. Again, it doesn't last long. That kind of feeling that it's doing its job to get the lips plumper, right? But I have to say, for the price point, to do what it says it's gonna do, not bad. So if you're looking into trying a lip plumper and you struggle with having fuller lips and you want a slight little bit of that thicker kind of lip, try the Celesty lip plumper. Again, it comes in different shades. So let me share actual lipsticks, right? Like we're used to, and before any of these started coming out from my time, like back in the 80s, we had your typical lip tube, right? And I have a couple that I want to share. So one is Celesty, one is Seint. This one is when I first received it, because it looked a little different even on the photo. And when I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be too orange. This is gorgeous. This is, I think, the reason why sometimes it's not until you actually get it on into your hands and try it is that then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I was so wrong about that. So wrong about that shade. So it looks orangey. Let me see if I can do it on this side. But it is not. Look at that gorgeous color. It's like a fuchsia. It is so pretty. It's not orangey at all. So when it comes to like a lipstick, right? I think we all ladies like to have an actual lipstick. This was a good one to have. And again, it does also come in different shades. So this is from Celesty. Now, let me show you this other lipstick. Now, this one's called Diamonds. This one's from Seint. This is one that I think would look just amazing by itself, but with your favorite lip shade, okay? So it is not, first of all, I love just even the way it looks. I mean, it looks so classy, right? It just looks stunning, I think. A little bit of that gold rim with the black look. It looks sleek. I'm a sucker when it comes to like how things look to the eye. I fall for it all the time. But I think that's part of it, right? Like our eyes are what attract us first, and then comes all the other like senses, right? Like how it feels and smells and all the other things. But this is a beautiful, beautiful lipstick that just sits pretty like on your vanity, or it's just gorgeous. So it does not have a shade, okay? It's got very, I don't know if you're gonna see this in the camera, but it's got like, it's called diamonds. And you have like these little sparkly that look beautiful. Again, over your bare lip or on a gorgeous, like stunning red for an evening out, and you add this diamond lipstick to it, and it is just like that flicker. It is gorgeous. Okay, let me show you. I'm running out of room here. Let me show you down below. So this is how it looks like. You can see the little specks of like sparkle, but not loud, but just enough that, oh, it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. So this is called Diamonds. Again, if you're loving a traditional lipstick and you want that on your bare lips to have a little bit of that soft kind of like glitter look, right? Like it's like, what are you wearing anything? That's what you're gonna get with this one. Okay, so 2 lipsticks. Now, the last I'm gonna share are they're considered lip and cheek colors with Seint. And they are not in a tube, or it's not in a stick, it's not in an oil. It's actually in a tin. And these they're so pigmented, especially the matte ones. It will last forever. You think to yourself, that I'm gonna go through that in a heartbeat. No, because you don't need to use a lot. And if you think about it, even on any of these lip wears, like you usually just kind of run it up against your lips, 1 or 2 times, right? Like a lip gloss or an oil or what have not. And so it will last a while. Lip wears tend to typically last a good minute, right? Because you're not using them like you would use a foundation or something that you're putting largely on a big area of your face. And so they do last longer. But this tin here will last you, no exaggeration, a year, if not more. So let me show you some of these shades. They are just gorgeous. And I try to pick some that are great for this time of year, right? The fall into the winter. And so this first one here is called Scarlet. It's the one I had in my hand. Let me swatch this one for you. It is just like your very standard red shade. Not to go too close. So let's go here. So that is Scarlet. It is red. It is gorgeous. It is pigmented. And again, you can use this on your lips, but also on your cheeks, right? So that's the nice thing about getting these particular tins, is that it's multitask. You don't have to just wear it on your lips. And they are gorgeous when you are taking a brush and just blending that onto your cheeks. I know this is not a video about cheeks and blush, but just to kind of give you an understanding of how in depth the color can be on your lips versus on your cheeks. Completely different shade. It's almost like it's 2 different shades. So again, this one is called Scarlet, and you can keep them in these little sleeves. Like if you purchase one and all you want to do is just get like this particular lip color, then all you need to do is just keep it in the sleeve. It's protected and you can keep them in your purse, right? Or you can have a selection and get yourself a palette, choose about 4, and you have 4 beautiful lip colors. They're magnetic, so they're easy to pull out and in of your palette. But again, you can use them perfectly in these. Now, one thing I do suggest, and I seem to always forget, when you place an order on these particular lip colors with Seint, because it's cream and it's warm, in some places it's still pretty warm out, when you do receive these in the mail, it has that one cover with the coloring, and in the back it has the name of the lip color along with the ingredients. But when you do get it, place them in the fridge for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, right? Let it kind of just harden up a little bit, because it will be melting in the heat. It's cream. So one, never, ever, ever leave these in your car, ever. Trust me, I had a mess in my bag, it was a mess. And I was so upset because I had 2 colors, a lip balm and a shade, in a very small compact, and they both blended in together in the heat, which is fine, but that's not what I wanted. So again, just for the sake of like it not happening to you, do not leave these in the car in summer or when it's just warm out. So again, leave them in the fridge, let it harden up a little bit, and then when you take them out, you won't have any residues in the back of your slip cover. It'll be nice and solid, right? So just a little bit of a warning tip when you're gonna buy these lip colors, lip and cheek colors. Okay, so that was Scarlet. So let's move on. I don't want this to be forever. We're almost done. I've got about 3 more. So this one here is called Rosewood. It is beautiful. Let me swatch this one. I love this shade. I reach for it quite a bit in the fall. It's got a beautiful brown, it can be more neutral if you pull back a little and don't apply it thicker on the lips, right? Like I mentioned before about being able to blend that in onto your cheeks. So this is a beautiful color, and this one's called Rosewood. The next one I have is called Frenchie. Frenchie is very, very natural, neutral. So let me show you Frenchie on a swatch. And Frenchie can be like, I'm just here. Maybe you want to do a prettier, more pop of an eye color, and you can use Frenchie just to keep it very bare, very neutral, but one of my favorites, all year long shade, or perfect for this time of year. The next one I have is called Sadie. Now Sadie is very similar to Frenchie, but let me swatch. I'm running out of fingers. Let me swatch Sadie so that you can see the difference between Frenchie and Sadie. Sadie is even more natural, way more natural than Frenchie, right? So again, depending on your skin tone, these can also either look a little bit more obvious, or you may need to combine with something else if you want a hint more of a shade. And again, because these are cream, and I do that all the time, I can take 2 of one of each of these colors, put them together, and just create my own little combo. Too. And then I have a really easy tip to have a fuller lip that maybe you may not have heard of. So keep watching. Okay, let's move on to this last 2. This one's called Renaissance. Renaissance is a gorgeous color. So this is a bit darker now than this is a bit darker than Rosewood, right? Rosewood was, I believe, this one here, right? This one was scarlet, this is rosewood, but this is darker than rosewood. It's called Renaissance. It has got like almost like a splash of like purple in it, but not quite, right? It's not going to give you a purple vibe by any means, but it's in the brown family. Clearly a bit darker, right, than this one. I think it's gorgeous. It's got like red tones and some purple tones in there, but not making it so obvious. So if you look at it in the tin, it looks purple, right? Okay, so moving on. Let's do the last one and then for my tip. The other one, this one, okay. I have had a love-hate relationship with this one, but I do tend to reach for it. And it's called Black Cherry. Oh gosh, okay, so it looks extremely intimidating on this tin, right? You're like, there's no way, if you're not a person that loves dark colors, you think, I would not grab this. And again, this is why I love to take the opportunity, the time to swatch these, because if you're interested in go to the site, you would probably never reach for this if you're not one that likes dark colors. But this one's called Black Cherry. And let me show you, it is not, it is more of a gloss than a lip stainer in a sense, right? So this is Black Cherry. Again, I have to swatch it even twice to get enough. But look at that. It even feels slippery versus the other ones that I've shared, because the other ones are considered matte. This is the only one that I have, I believe, that has a slip to it, and it is beautiful on the lips either alone, and you can build it to get it a little bit stronger, and you'll probably never get it as strong as this looks like on the tin, but it's gorgeous also to add on top of any other like lip wear with a tint, because this will give you the slip that you are looking for if you don't want a matte look, but you'll have a little bit of that color. I think this Black Cherry is very underrated. Again, I had a love-hate relationship with it in the beginning because I couldn't quite figure out how to play with it, to make it, to give it the lip where I was looking for. Okay, so if you've made it to the end, let me go ahead and share with you a way that you can have just an appearance of a little bit of a plump to your lips without necessarily having to use like a lip plumper, right? Maybe as I shared about a couple of the lip plumpers that I talked earlier, you may not want to go that direction. Maybe you don't want that feeling of like that little sizzling on your lips, right? I totally get it. But let me show you what an easy thing that you can do. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. Let me know in the comments below if this is something new to you, or Lisa, I've heard this before. Nothing new. Okay, so I think this is a great way for the illusion, especially of a bottom plumper lip, right? I will take a contour, take a brush, and I go into like a contour, just a little bit on at the bottom of the tip of that brush. And let me see if I can look into this mirror but show you at the same time. I'm gonna just take and line right underneath the middle of my lip. So I'm going actually just underneath that lip line because I'm not doing a lip liner. I want the illusion of my bottom lip being fuller. So I'm taking the brush and I'm just taking that contour color and I'm placing it underneath. It will give that bottom lip a heavierness without making it look so obvious, right? Then you can go in with your whatever lip liner you choose to outline your upper lip, right? Or you can take the same concept if you want and just kind of over softly. Again, it really, in the beginning, it will feel kind of weird, but if you can start to feel as you're applying it that what you're doing is just going right above that lip, and you're brushing it, you're just brushing it. And if it helps to put the brush even at an angle, right? Just above. And it will give that illusion of just a much more poofier, plumper look without having to feel the sizz on the lips. Take your favorite shade of color, go with Rosewood. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Rosewood. So this one was Rosewood here. Okay. And then if you'd like, just add a little bit of a gloss to it. I'll go ahead and go with Seint's oil. Getting it all over my hair. But that is stunning. It is gorgeous. Okay, so that is my video today. I hope that you enjoyed just listening in on all the different lip wears that I grabbed that are my favorites. If any one of these look like, oh my gosh, I've got to try it, let me know in the comments which one. I would love to hear what you would choose. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I am your skincare and makeup galley for 50 plus. I will catch you in my next one. Bye.